Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week's just a quick update really on what we've achieved since last week's video. As you may remember, we had a bit of a messy system. Some of these drawers are overcrowded with parts and it was difficult to find, sometimes near on impossible to try and find what you wanted. As you can see, we've got round to labelling some of them finally. A's are now labelled, B's are now labelled. It looks a hell of a lot better, so much clearer, so much nicer to see. It's nice to see some Lego in there properly as well through the windowed drawers. C I still need to do. I've had to put a new tape into the label maker to start labelling that. So one evening this week I'm going to sit down and do that. And again, D, I'm going to rip these off and put some nice new labels across here. But as you can see, much better. Everything is nicely organised now. Everything's sectioned. These are sectioned into threes, because they're bigger drawers and they only allow 3 sections, but it's been, and all these, great. Yeah, so 3 sections in the bigger one, which makes it nicer for the bigger models, bigger parts should I say. So there's a lot of bigger parts in there, tyres, etc. Apologies for the light, I'll explain that in a bit. So yeah, everything's nicely sectioned now, everything's in sections of 4. I've been on brick stock to make sure everything was done properly. Everything's correct now. I've got like a master sheet for everything in stock. So even though it's already on Bricklink, and yes, you can download it from Bricklink into Brickstock at any time, I've got a master copy that I'll edit as and when things go in and out, just so my own peace of mind, I can cross-reference that in the future. Yes. So yeah, all this is now done, but we were short of 333 lots, so we got 333 parts that have yet to have space for, which is something we'll obviously get to in the future. But we've had a few orders this week, which I'll explain in a future episode, which has meant that we're sort of, I think we're getting to a point now we need to put more Lego into the store. So the 333 lots that aren't covered are here. So anything that we didn't have a slot for, apologies for the lighting, is now in here, all in colour coded bags. So there'll be a green bag, red bag, white bag, there's a mini bigger bag. So everything's in there, easy to find, and it's labelled so in Brickstock, bag of blue parts. But everything's individually sectioned off, it's not just a bag of bits, everything's got its own bag within that bag. So, and it's all been accounted for, sorted out, so we know exactly what we've got now, which is nice. It wasn't too far out, to be fair. What was already on Bricklink and what we've edited and modified, it wasn't too far out. There's a few parts in the store that weren't actually on Brickstock, and I think that was an issue of mine where I wasn't using BrickSync properly, and I'd upload something and then I hadn't put the BrickSync program into the right mode, so therefore it would just delete everything I thought I'd added up. Also, you probably noticed that we're not indoors anymore. We're not in the house anyway. I've moved outside, so this is my garage, which is probably going to be the permanent storage space for the store until we get the Lego shed that we're planning to put in the garden sorted out, which is a bit of a long-term project. So all I've done is sort of taken a corner of the garage, used some old IKEA shelves that are no longer used to us, because since we moved in a year ago, these units are now too big. They were in my boy's room, my eldest room, but they're now too big, so I've used them to 1, make a table in his room, and 2, make a Lego table in here. So I've got the 4 Recos here, and then I cover them up with a sheet just so it stops any bugs and that climbing in. But no, everything's still clean, everything's still well looked after and maintained. There's not too much heat change in here, so it should be alright. But if it does get to a point where I'm worried about what the state of the Lego is going to be like, then I will move them back indoors, but it's just to keep them out of the way of little hands, etc. Having 2 kids running around the home and a load of Lego ones display is a bit of a temptation. And then we can then extend the Recos upwards. So where these shelves are holding my tools, I'm going to put some Recos above them, so I can get 4 Recos above them, so I can get 8 eventually. And I've got some packaging materials above there, as you can see. So it's a bit of a, not the ideal situation, but it works and it gets us going. So it's nice to know that everything's where it needs to be now in terms of stock. The numbers are right. We've got some more parts to put in. We bought some parts this week. Those of you that follow us on Instagram will know. So that'll all be done next week in the video, I'll update what's going on in terms of what we've bought into the store and what we've sold from the store, just to give you an idea where there's been a good month, to be honest, and it's nice to share these things, and I class it as a successful month, especially as managed to do this, because this is a massive help. So yeah, for time being, we're in the garage. If I see any problems with the quality of the Lego and how it's stored, then I will obviously move it back indoors, but for now it seems to be alright in here. And then hopefully in a couple of years time maximum, we'll have a Lego shed sorted out and have a hobby room for Lego, so we can build it, we can display our own sets, and we can do the store from there as well. So, but we'll go into that into the future. So yeah, it's all good, I'm happy with it, and I'll see you again next week for a bigger update on what the store's up to. So thanks very much for watching. All the links for anything will be in the description below. Any feedback, any comments, feel free to put them down there. Any constructive feedback would be great, because obviously this is new to me, so I know the quality of videos aren't the best. I'm only doing it on my phone, but bear with me, it will get better. So yes, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.